Okay, so this morning's class can be done sitting or lying down, as well as in the standard standing posture. The reason that we choose the standing posture is because it's about subtly building up our resources in the background. The idea is that as we stand, we bend our knees ever so gently and the weight shifts forward into the toes. And as we transfer the weight into the toes, that opens up acupuncture points in the front of the foot and allows blood and qi to flow really well through the knees. If the knees are locked back, then the blood and qi doesn't flow as well. So we soften the knees and sink downwards. And that starts and activates the lower body. So the idea is that this is called a static Qigong exercise, but it's not really static at all. It's just static in relation to the other exercises, insofar as we don't really make much movement. But the fact is that you're still activating your calf and your thigh. You're still building up this resistance and this resilience in the lower body. And so we take up our standing stance because it's an exceptionally good way of gathering qi into our bodies. And when we need to heal, the most important thing is to gather qi. Fill your body with qi, and then it's difficult for anything else to take place there that's not good for you, as it were. So we're imagining gathering wonderful resources of qi up through our legs into the body. We tuck our tailbone softly forwards, and that pushes the lower back backwards. So it's almost as if there was a pivot through our hips. When we push the tailbone forward, the lower back moves backward. Our lower back is concave, and so when we tuck the tailbone forward, our lower back straightens. When we tuck our chins gently back towards the spine, the concave spine of the curve of the neck also straightens out a little bit. So by moving our tailbone slightly forward and drawing our chin slightly backward, our spine straightens up as straight as it's ever likely to be. And the last point is to imagine Baihui lifting up into the blue sky, pushing up with the top of the head, whilst sitting down with the tailbone. A long straight spine being drawn from each side, from the top and the bottom, and bring us into this standing posture. Shoulders lift up, roll back, sink down and relax, and just let them hang down by the seams of your trousers. Okay, so if you wish to sit, no problem at all. If you wish to lie down, if that's what's required, do so. Find a comfortable posture that works for you. If you're trying the standing, sometimes you could just put like a dining room chair behind you so that if you're tired of standing, you can just gently pop your bum down onto a seat without losing your Qigong state. Because ultimately, the most important thing for us is this idea of the Qigong state. Okay, so let us begin. Take up a comfortable posture. Just gently lift 𝐜𝐥𝐿 between your legs. A little acupuncture point that sits between our genitalia and anus. And if we just gently lift there, the perineum floor, we're just closing the sort of capsule of our upper body, holding the qi inside, this kind of container. We don't have to keep a tight tension at 𝐜𝐿. We just imagine lifting and then thinking, okay, that's closed. Our qi is safe. Holding the qi inside the belly, lower dantian. The energy slowly gathers deep inside the core of you. Draw your mind back. The subtext behind draw your mind back is that our mind is naturally outward focusing. Our mind, and certainly when you first start doing your Qigong classes, has to be kind of drawn outside to see what you're being told. Really trying to draw the mind back inside, away from thoughts of your life, away from the stories, away from our problems. Just gently drawing the mind back into the core. With the simple breath, we can draw our mind back. Gently breathe in and imagine your attention through your nose, deep into the center of your head. And as you breathe out, allow all the qi to settle down into middle dantian, and then settle down into lower dantian, the belly. We bring our attention deep inside. Inevitably, the mind will wander and find itself out in some beautiful forest, romping around. And then suddenly you think, oh, okay, hang on, I'm not thinking about my Qigong. Take a breath. Draw the mind back inside, deep into your belly. Reset. Doesn't matter how often you have to reset. All you need know is that the more you do it, the easier it becomes, the less it's required. Mind deep in the belly. Why not mind in the mind? Well, the left-hand side of our brain is applied to logical thinking, to all the processes. It likes to be doing things. But sometimes, as we know, it can be doing things that are not useful. We live off patterns. We love patterns. Our brain makes up patterns. Sometimes it makes up patterns that are not that helpful for us. And so we try to draw our mind back from the pattern thinking. We try and quieten our mind. Just for a while, we step away from the daily grind. What would it be like if just for a moment you left behind the stories you'd inherited from your grandmother and your grandfather, grandmothers and grandfathers, the stories that you'd inherited from your mother and your father? Be they present or absent, they still create stories. What would it be like if that whole story no longer existed? Perhaps you have children and grandchildren. All the stories attached to them, just let them go. Brothers and sisters and their families, gently let them go. Take the weight of those stories from your life just for a moment. What would it be like if you were just to take the stories from your schooling, just let them go? Abusive or kind teachers, abusive or kind friends, doesn't matter. Just let them go. What about the stories you've learned from religion? As if you'd never heard those stories before. No belief, no requirement, Just put those ideas down. These heavy backpacks that we carry. Take the weight off just for a moment. We pick up so many stories from our society, from our politics. Just let go of who you've been told you are. Your nationality, your creed, your color, your age. Let them go. The stories of an angry child deep inside you. The stories of a sad child deep inside you. Just thank them for their help and allow them to gently depart. The stories of an angry teen or a sad teenager. Just allow them to dissolve and disappear for a moment. Feel the lightness that's starting to come to your soul. Think about stories of partners and lovers. People who have told you what you are, told you what they think of you, told you how you behave. Let all those stories go. Let those people go. Colleagues at work. Work as an entire subject. Your working persona. Just let it go. Even who you are at play. Put those masks down. Anything else you might think of. Just finally put down the last vestiges. In the great Greek tragedies, all of the actors used to wear masks. And the masks had sound holes opposite their mouths to project the sound out into the audience. It's where we got our word persona from. Projecting the sound. But now, we stop the play. We put down the masks that we're forced to play or that we choose to use. Sometimes these masks become so welded on that it almost seems impossible not to be that person. Over the years, I've come across so many people who say dangerous things to me like, I'm a Parkinson's person, I'm a cancer person. They've become their diagnosis. They have become their story. Now it's time to put down those stories. I always used to think of this idea of a beautiful, pristine pine tree being brought in at Christmas time into your house and fixed into its little holder so it stands there beautifully in the corner, smelling fresh pine needles. And then we start to pile lights on it, tinsels on it. We start to put on Christmas presents. We start to put on candles. We start to put And eventually this poor tree is yawning in the corner with all this weight of pretty things piled on top of it. This is how life is. We start as this beautiful, pristine, clean, clear thing. And then we pile story upon story upon story on top of our lives until eventually it's no longer possible to see the beautiful, perfect being you started out as. And even that is questionable for some people, that they ever started out as a perfect being. I think we do have stories from other lives. I think we do have birth according to the stars and the planets and the alignment and the energy, which makes us all so very different. So we do already arrive with some information. Sometimes we arrive with some difficult information already. But at that moment of conception, you are at your most perfect. That moment where you're absolutely a perfect soul. Just think about that for a moment. You, perfect, healthy, happy, unfettered, the perfect version of you. So let's just stay with that idea. Stay with the idea of you as a perfect being. This is where we rebuild ourselves from. This is where we return ourselves to. There comes that time every so often where you decide to take everything out of your handbag or your backpack or your briefcase or whatever it might be that you use. People use briefcases? I don't know. There comes a time where you decide it's time to clean everything out. Look at the value of every single thing before you put it back in. Do I really need to be carrying this around? Have I used this item for any time in the last year? Okay, I can set it aside. If I need it, it's still there. I don't need to be scared about not having the right things. But perhaps we can just lighten this backpack. Only put back a few useful things. Just know that we can always gather back other things that we need if we need them. There's this lovely decluttering rule where you're supposed to take all the things you don't need and put them into brown boxes, unlabeled, and put them into your garage. Then after 6 months or a year, if you haven't been forced to go searching, you're supposed to just pick the boxes up and take them away to the to the recycling or to the charity shop without opening them. This is kind of what we're doing here with our stories. Sometimes when people say to you, "How are you doing?" you're tempted just to go back into the same story. I still have a problem with this. I still have a problem with my family. I still have a problem with my health. I still have a problem with my money, whatever. Try to change that story for yourself, because every time you repeat it, you reinforce it. Try and change the way you speak about yourself. Things are okay. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm moving forwards. Still a few hassles, but I'm working away with them. It's about thinking more optimistically about your story. Sometimes in the darkest moment, it's difficult to think optimistically about your story, especially as we have these continuous feedback loops inside our head that say, oh, you've got terrible problems. We have to hear them and stop them. We have to stop ourselves repeating that story. There was a great neuroscientist, and I forget his name now, who said, neurons that fire together wire together. And the idea is that every time we fire these ideas, that eventually they bond together to become a thicker and thicker pathway through our brain. And that is how we practice. We practice to play the piano. We practice to play a sport. We practice to talk about ourselves. And the more often we do it, the more often it becomes true for us. Practice talking about yourself in a positive way. Practice telling people, oh, I'm getting better. I'm getting much better. I do my Qigong every day. I'm getting stronger. Feeling happy, feeling optimistic. And sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. I do hate that phrase, but there is a truth in there somewhere about constantly repeating the information so your body starts to heal and your body starts to hear you say these things. And it says, oh, apparently we're getting better. That's good. Let's do so. Let's keep on working towards that. Let's start to speak about ourselves in a better way. Let's start to limit our exposure to the people who retell these stories back to us, the people who enjoy being in our misery. There are people who we tell our story to and they reinforce it. Oh, yes, you poor thing, you must be struggling. Oh, goodness gracious. They just become an echo for you. Give yourself a little space from those people for a while. Detox from the echo chamber. Go find yourself some positive people to be with for a little while. Absorb some good information. Find ways to make yourself happy. Often we hear people talking about comedy, movies, when they're recovering. It's a fantastic idea to keep yourself laughing, to keep yourself happy. Watch stupid, silly things that make you laugh. Go beautiful places. Spend time in nature, in this quiet state. So utterly key. Just relaxing to the outside world, allowing the chi of nature to absorb into your body, to allow the beauty of nature to fill your body. Trees, aren't they lovely? Discover that trees give off these chemical messengers called cytokines, that they're incredibly good for us. So just being in a wood and walking through, you're absorbing, let's say, chi from a tree. Fill your body with chi tree. Hmm. So first of all, we put down the weight of our lives. We start to absorb things that make us feel better. In this qi state, with no qi attachments, just the perfect, pristine you, we let go and open up. We can use the Chinese word kai. Kai means open, expand, let go. And we follow that with the Chinese word he. He means gather, draw in. Ultimately, close. But we're not really closing at the moment. We're just opening and gathering back. So in its definitive form, it's open and close. But the ideas and the pictograms, much more about dissolving into the qi field, gathering healing qi inside your body. Kai and he. You can open and close your hands as well if you wish. Maybe something about the size of a football, and eventually it develops to something the size of a beach ball, and then eventually it just comes back to being a football. um, Kai dissolves your body into qi. So no longer any barrier between the inside and the outside. Kai has softened and opened. Kai has expanded you out into the qi field. Kai has dissolved all of your problems, all of your illnesses. Let go, let go, let go. Um, allows your body to absorb qi. At the deepest cellular level, we feel like a plant that hasn't been watered for a little while. And then the water comes. You feel this plant absorbing all this beautiful water deep inside. You can almost see the leaves turning green again. These kind of dried cells gathering and absorbing all this wonderful water deep inside. Same for you. Almost like your body has been starved of this beautiful healing qi. And now with her, you can feel it percolating through every cell of your body. This feeling of her being like a beautiful hug. Deep inside, you've gathered this qi. It goes deep and penetrates every cell of your body. It fills up the spaces between the cells. It fills up the spaces between your organs. It fills up the spaces between your bones. It fills up the spaces from deep inside your body, all the way out to the dermis of your skin. It fills up from lower dantian, up through the body, into the neck and into the head, up into your shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips. It expands down through the body into your hips and pelvis. It fills into your thighs, into your knees, into your calves, deep to your ankles, down into your toes. Expand from the core of your body with Kai. From the center of your body, every cell opens. Every cell dissolves into Qi. So we imagine ourselves holding open, opening and dissolving. Every part of our being softens, opens, dissolves into the Qi field. There's no longer a version of you as you remember. You've let go of all of the troubles. You've let go of all of the irritations. You've let go of all the illness, all the old stories, all the history, all the future. We don't have to hold on to any projections of our future. We can't really know what the future will be. And yet we desperately try to create these castles in the sky. Let go of all of these intentions just for the time being. It's okay to have ideas of where we want to go. It's okay to project how we want our healing to be. Just right at the moment, be here, be now, be open, be dissolved into Qi, be nothing. The vastness of our universe, the vast openness of our universe. At last you discover the truth of you. You are the universe. The vast emptiness of all there is. This extraordinary container of Qi. And what is the container? Well, science suggests that it's information. This vast field of information. Everything that has ever been, everything that ever will be, is out there in the information field. The perfect version of you is out there in the information field. The perfect version of your life can be drawn back from the vastness of the universe. I love to think of the information field as a library at the end of the universe. I think that was a Douglas Adams idea. His was a restaurant at the end of the universe, but now we're thinking about a library at the end of the universe. Sometimes people refer to it as the Akasha. The Akashic records. This vast recording of all there is. When you open yourself in this way, it's possible for you to connect with this extraordinary resource. It's possible for you to find the truth of who you are. It's possible for you to experience your universality. Just to be one with all there is. Just luxuriate in this idea for a few moments. Beautiful, beautiful, healthy you. The perfect information from your first moments. Let's draw that back. Feel this information go deep inside your body. The original chi, the original idea of you. We're given this beautiful free will when we play this wonderful game. The universe gets to express itself through us. We get complete free will to be whoever we want to be and do whatever we want to do. What a beautiful, amazing game it is. But sometimes we just take the wrong path. Every decision, yes or no, changes our future, changes ourselves, changes our health and our well-being. And Lord knows, we've all made some dodgy decisions in our time. I can certainly say I have. But now we bring back this fresh information, this joyful happiness. And if you can't laugh at your life, then what can you do? I suppose they say, if you can't laugh, you cry. But for heaven's sake, see the humor of the whole thing. See the silly mistakes we've made, the daft things that we've done, the extraordinary mistakes, and just laugh, relax, smile, let them go at the deepest, deepest level. It doesn't matter. Because we can bring back this healing information, draw back this incredible, new, renewed version of ourselves. Bring that back into our lives, where we now start to take the right decisions. What a fantastic idea. How do we take the right decisions? Stop and feel with your heart. Every time you're asked to do something pivotal, we know how that works. Moments in time. We're not really thinking about the importance of should I go to the supermarket or not. These are things that we can program in our lives with great ease without too much worry. But there are moments, being invited somewhere, being invited to do something, being told to do something, being told we have no choice. You always have a choice. Stop, listen to your heart. You always have a choice to make the right decision. You don't need to be pushed down the wrong road again and again. Other people's influence forcing you to do things you no longer need to do. So we take this decision now to be this perfect, pure person. And we take this decision now to listen to our hearts at all the key moments. Your brain does not know the answer. Your heart does. Anytime you take a quiet moment and sit with yourself and tune into your heart, the very first thing that comes up, you'll instinctively know the right answer. What should I do about this? You sit quietly for a moment. You instantly know, yeah, the answer to that is that I should not follow that path, no matter how difficult it seems. That's my very first response. And then the next response is your brain saying, well, we could do, and it would be all right. And maybe if we did this, and maybe if we did that, it would be okay. But you know in your heart of hearts that your heart has said to you, no, listen to that. Listen to your heart. Listen to your inner truth. Listen to the story from the universe. And make the brave decision from your heart. No, I won't do that. And perhaps that means your partner or your family are going to look upset. Just say, no, I have to look after myself. This is the decision I've taken. I'm afraid I can't change it. Don't be bullied. Don't be pushed. Don't be cajoled by people. Listen to your heart. Again, we open with Kai and let go of all the pressures, let go of all the worries, let go of the fear that you will do something wrong. So fear holds us from moving forwards. But what happens if you can't know the future? It's just the fear holding you back. So now we open with Kai and we let go of the fear. Open, 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 open. Dissolve out into the vastness of the universe. Understand that you are the universe. Feel the innate power of the universe moving through you. Feel your power, claim your power, understand your extraordinary power. You are the universe. Bring your healing story back deep inside your body with her. Feel this gathering of chi inside every cell of your body. Bring your mind deep inside your lungs. Gently breathe chi deep inside your lungs. And when you breathe out, release all toxins, release everything that's not needed. Take a deep breath deep inside your lungs. Gather healing chi deep into your lungs. And as you breathe out, release all things that are not needed. Breathe healing chi deep into your lungs one more time. Fill your lungs with light and life, energy deep inside. Release all toxins. Now we're going to gather healing qi into our hearts. Take a breath in and imagine healing qi pours deep into your heart. See your heart strong and well, and as you breathe out, release all tension, pressure, and worries from your heart. Gather love deep inside your heart with a deep breath. Release all anger and hatred from your heart. Gather peace deep into your heart with a breath. Release all stress and tension, irritation from your heart. On the left-hand side, underneath our left ribs, we have our spleen and our pancreas, stomach, digestive system. Do you believe that we hold worry, overthinking in our spleen and pancreas? This is the gut we talk about when we talk about having a gut feeling about something, about knowing deep down in our stomachs that something is wrong. We have this inner deep knowing in our bodies. So we're going to breathe deep into that system. Draw a deep breath in, gather healing to your spleen, your pancreas, your digestive system. Breathe in. Draw healing qi deep inside, spleen, pancreas. When we exhale, we let go of all worry. We let go of our propensity to overthink things. Breathe in, gather healing qi into your digestive system. As we breathe out, release all worries, all tensions. Gathering this healing qi on the breath. As we breathe in, we draw it deep inside. As we breathe out, we relax and release. Its matching partner on the right-hand side is our liver. The liver is all about filtration and cleaning, but actually, our liver is also about anger, deep anger. We say boys explode, girls implode. The liver is all to do with this explosive anger that blows out of us or blows deep inside us. When we heal our liver, all of that deep-seated, unanswered anger can be released. Take a deep breath in. Draw healing deep into your liver. Deep inside. When we breathe out, all anger releases, releases, releases. Bring healing to unrequited anger, deep held resentment, deep inside. Breathe out and let them go. Once more, this wave of healing qi on our breath, deep inside the liver. And let go of all toxicity from the liver. Finally, we work with our kidneys, round the back, just at the bottom of our ribs, one on the left and right. The kidneys are all about our fear, deep inside us, fear that limits our lives. Of course, there's just a slight aspect of fear which keeps us safe, keeps us from doing crazy, stupid things. But there's a deep, deep section of our fear which stops us from doing anything at all. It pins us in place. It limits us to such a degree. This irrational fear is no longer required in your life. Why not live your life as a fearless person? Sensible, but fearless. Why not set aside those things that limit you? Do you need them anymore? Do you need to be a little mouse in a corner? Or could you really stand up for yourself now? Could you show yourself to the world? Isn't it about time you stepped into your power? What holds you from being in your power is your fear that you might be doing something wrong, your fear that you might upset somebody, your fear that this is not who you should be because you've been told not to do that. Be a good boy, be a good girl, be quiet, don't speak out. Let it all go now. All of those stories you've told that limit, been told, or perhaps that you've told yourself that limit you. God, it's time to let them go. So boring. Don't be that person anymore. So let's bring healing chi into our kidneys with our breath. Breathe deep and draw this healing chi deep into your kidneys. And when we breathe out, we let go of all of this untold, ridiculous fear. Gather your power deep in with your breath. And release the things that are no longer needed. Breathe power into your body. Feel yourself standing powerful. Breathe out and release. The kidneys are such an important part of us. Breathe in, gather this energy. And as we breathe out, let go, let go, let go. Draw healing chi deep into your kidneys. Feel your kidneys and your power returning to your body as you breathe out and let go. Whole body now opens with Kai. Kai. Any vestiges of things you no longer need are released. The tiniest last pieces go, gone. Bring back this powerful new you, this extraordinary, incredible you, the person you have always meant to be, always wanted to be, is now here. All illnesses dissolve out into the chi field. Gather back. Perfect healing. Open, open, open. The divine, perfect you. The divine, perfect you deep inside this body, every cell of your body in perfect harmony, every cell in your body working well, every cell in your body deep to the DNA, deep to the atomic level of you, deep to the chi level of you, deep to the information level of you. Perfect, perfect, working well. All of the barriers dissolve. All of the old stories dissolve. And what of the future? What can we do with our future? The simple answer is nothing. We can only go step by step. Take each step being the person that you wish to be. Move forward in your truth. As you move forward in your truth, everything you need will come to meet you. If we stand in our fear, we block all the things we need. If we bravely step forward as our true selves, the universe comes up to meet us. The universe brings us what is required. Allow yourself to have everything you need now. Allow yourself to absorb all that is required. Allow yourself to tread the path of your true self. Gently gather your hands back to your belly and just hold lower dantian if you're not already. Lower dantian qi abundant. Blood and qi flows well through your body. All functions of your body are healthy. All functions of your body are perfectly healthy. Every cell in your body working well. Beautiful you. Perfect working order. Strong, powerful you. All of your resources gathering. Now, sometimes we know the truth is that the physicality takes a little bit of time to catch up with the intention, with the energy field, with the chi. But know that every step you take forward, every moment you spend in this wonderful chi state, your body starts to heal faster and faster, quicker and quicker. So when you wake up some mornings and you think to yourself, oh God, don't feel so great today, just know that if you set your mindset and step forward with a positive, loving, open, true self version of yourself, the body will soon catch up. There are always roller coaster ups and downs, but keep moving forward. The body will catch up. Step forward in your true self. Meet each person with your true self. Be the change that you wish to see. So now we see ourselves as this beautiful being of light, every cell in the body working well. We see our 𝐬𝐞𝐥𝐟 layer, this layer of chi around our body, strong and powerful, protecting us, this wonderful suit of armor like a knight protected by this wonderful shield of chi. And then we see our chi body. You imagine a bubble of chi around you, a meter in front and behind, left, right, up and down, this wonderful bubble of chi. It also protects you, but it connects you to the outside world as well. You see yourself as this chi being inside these wonderful fields of energy. You see everything in your life starting to fall into place. You see the path ahead of you as being a beautiful way to go. No fear, just joy. Step out in absolute joy and wonder. Nothing is important. Nothing is as important as you and your health. Be the person you wish to be. Move forward, this beautiful being of light, filled with qi, safe, happy, well. We can draw 3 circles around lower dantian. We just draw 3 circles around the belly button. And this just kind of brings us back into the physicality of our body. Well, we've been out being our universal self. Now it's time to come back and re-inhabit this physical self. While you've been away, we've done some wonderful renovation on the body. The body is now perfect. Everything is working well. Turn 3 circles in the opposite direction, storing qi deep inside, holding this wonderful energy from when you need it. Just know that you have this incredible reservoir of qi to support this extraordinary change that we are going through, to support this extraordinary journey we're undertaking. Filled with qi, being of light, beautiful, healthy, well, great big smile on your face. Slowly open your eyes. Gently bring yourself back into this time and space, into this beautiful body. Just bring a bit of movement back into this body. Just stretch out a little bit. If you want to do a forward bend, be very careful with that. Just gently bend. And if you want to come back up, slowly and carefully, mindfully, that's the best way. Don't rush anything at this stage. You're just coming back into this body. You've been this extraordinary astral traveler, and now you have to re-inhabit the physicality. So just take your time. Just allow your body to come back into some beautiful movement. Just allow your body to stretch out and open and gently return to the physicality. Wow. Okay, so we finish off our session by saying Hao La. But the thing is that this video is going onto YouTube. So if you unmute yourself, you suddenly appear on YouTube for thousands of people to see. So you can just keep yourself unmuted. That's no problem at all. I'll know that in the energy field, we're all saying Hao La together. So Hao La means good already. Hao La means everything is sorted. All of these things we've talked about, done. And so Hao La means everything is done. So let's just put our hands up in the air. 1, 2, ha. 1, 2, ha. 1, 2, ha. Lovely. So we can have a little Standing Qigong salute. The right hand comes up and the left hand goes down. We pull the fingers together and put the thumbs on top, like a sort of yin and yang symbol. Gosh, it's been lovely to be here with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to put this onto YouTube. Please send it around to your friends, to your family, spread the word. Thank you very much. And see you next week or tomorrow for the body mind class.